And welcome into the Rowdy Studios. I'm Bass Masters. That's Buzz Cutler. Let's talk about our former points leader, Tony Stewart. 9 points out after 3 races. The way Smoke came into this chase, you'd have to say that's pretty good. Dover, not such a great race,
He's
though.
finished 21st or worse at the last 3 Dover tracks. As you pointed out this morning when I first got to work, he said after New Hampshire he was worried about Dover.
You had to be.
You know, so I'm not going to get all worried for Tony Stewart after this one Dover race. Now, Stewart-Haas as a team was out to lunch.
Yep.
You know, and maybe that's a little concerning. But look, we're going to 2 downforce tracks. That, to me, how Tony Stewart performs at those 2 tracks is of greater significance than how he didn't perform at Dover.
I agree. I mean, I think obviously Dover would have been nice to run a little better, salvaged what he could out of a not very good race car. But when you look at the 2 downforce tracks coming up, they're basically precursors to what you would call the remaining 2 wild card races, if you want to look at it that way, and that's Talladega and Martinsville. So what you want to do with your Tony Stewart is you want to at least stay where you are. You want to stay within that 10 to 15 point margin of first place, and that means bringing a good race car to the downforce tracks. He's not been consistent on the downforce tracks if you look at the whole season. So I think these 2 races become real interesting, especially if he doesn't get the benefit of a fuel mileage finish.
But he did run well at Kansas earlier this season.
He has had good runs.
Even though that was
just
sort
the
of
consistency hasn't been there.
So
now he's going to have to deliver that, I think.
He ran well at Kansas while he was in the performance doldrums, though.
Yep.
So now that he has sort of rebounded a little bit from that inconsistency.
You're saying you can expect a good run out of the guy.
He should get a good run out of Kansas, right? And if he can ride that into Charlotte, I think come Martinsville, Talladega, he'll still be in the thick of things, and that's what's important for Tony Stewart.
Yeah, I think that's what he needs to do. Not a good day at Dover. He did expect it. We kind of expected it. But he's still in good shape overall.
It's a missed opportunity. I mean, you don't want – it almost felt like he was sort of resigned going into not running well at Dover,
right?
Which is a little unfortunate because if he could somehow have gotten a decent
They didn't
run,
have the car.
But, they didn't have the car. And
he knew they wouldn't, and he was being a realist about it.
Yeah, but, you know, you can look at it as an opportunity missed. But
every race is an opportunity missed, unless you win.
Yeah. There's no second. There's first, and everybody else is a loser.
Well, there actually is second. That's the thing about it.
Yeah. Just ask Jimmy Johnson.
Well, yes, indeed. All right, that's our look at Tony Stewart. 3 races down in the chase for the Sprint Cup. We'll be right there to take you the rest of the way. For Buzz Cutler, I'm Bass Masters. We'll see you next time.
Rowdy.com.
Yeah, we'll be here, stuck to our chairs.
Are we there yet?
Say it like it is.
Say what like it is?
Rowdy.com.